You're listening to WZMB Zombie Radio, your personal soundtrack to the end of the world. That was Robert Palmer, and I didn't mean to turn you on. I wonder how many women Mr. Palmer spoke those words to during the 80s. He'd saddle on up to a bar and use his smarmy ways, and once he had their panties moist, he'd look them straight in the eye and say, "I'm sorry, miss, I didn't mean to turn you on." It's a line, but I wonder if it was a sure-fire line to get them weak in the knees back in the 80s. Speaking of the 80s, and actually the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, I had a thought. Shaka, that is. While Mr. Palmer was singing his libido out, I had a thought about the whole apocalypse, the Zero-Day Collective, and that collection of undead monsters roaming the countryside. Sure, we can all grab a gun and do our best Annie got your gun and shoot those biatches right in the head. One at a time, they would drop. And after, I don't know, months, years, maybe decades, we would eventually have all of the zombies out of our way. But I have the solution. What we need to do is we need to call on the greatest kaiju to ever grace the planet. I'm talking about the king of monsters, that rock'em sock'em robot that flattened Tokyo. He wasn't actually a robot, but that just sounded really good. His name was Godzilla. That's right, ladies and gentlemen of the Zombie Radio Nation. I'm talking about bringing Godzilla back to flatten the undead masses. In one swift stroke, he would breathe his lightning blue breath over the landscape to burn the undead to a crisp. And maybe, just maybe, he would catch the Zero-Day Collective in his fire and roast them down to ash. Of course, that great monster would take the majority of us down as well. He would even probably make dust our buildings and our family. But we need a solution, and we need it fast, and we need it now. I don't know about you, but this whole apocalypse shit is getting to me. I can't take the undead shtick much longer. I need my freedom, just like you, my friends. And we've reached the point of desperation, so desperate that I am saying that we must call upon the power of Godzilla, a mythical creature, a fictional creature made famous by Toho Studios. And yes, there was that fiasco that Matthew Broderick starred in. I believe that was in the 90s. We're going to forget about that one, because that really wasn't Godzilla. That was some big green lizard CGI animated thing. And yes, I'm a big fan of the great green lizard. I watched his movies as a child. I remember sitting in front of the television with my little sister and enjoying a repast, a dubbed version of Godzilla, king of the monsters. Even my cat, Oni, agrees. Can you hear her call out, "Godzilla! We need Godzilla!" call upon the mighty kaiju and have him destroy all zombies. It would work. Godzilla could save us all again. We need him. We need something to free us from the shackles of the apocalypse. And hell, my idea is just as good as any other out there. In fact, I haven't heard a single good idea for ridding mankind of the undead scourge. So why not? Let's call on him. Let's call on them all. Let's bring out Mothra and Gamera and Monster X, Biolant, Destroyer, all of them. Let's bring the whole of Monster Island here to rid us of what ails us. I've got to play a song. I'm gonna bring back the spirit of the 90s. Do you remember that the first of the 3D, not 3D, but first-person shooters? The game was called Doom. I don't know about you, but I spent hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours sitting in front of a computer blasting away with my BFG. Well, I have a remake of the song from that game, Thy Flesh Consumed, by the band Van Gogh. Let's Van Gogh and hear this wonderful delight. Enjoy Zombie Radio Nation. I just had to get out. Off the air and outside. I don't know about you, but this apocalypse is getting under my skin. I just want it to be over. I just want my life back. I want to be able to step outside without looking to the left and right and making sure there aren't any undead outside waiting to bash in my skull. Just heard a car. But you never know if it's actually just someone trying to escape, or maybe if it's someone trying to run down the back of those fuckers. I couldn't have this meltdown on the air. I couldn't let everybody know that it's getting to me. Just have to take a break, you know? A break from The New World Order. I don't know how much longer I can take this. Oh God, I gotta be strong, I gotta be strong, I gotta be strong, I gotta be strong. Oh, how much longer do I have in that song? I think it was 6 minutes long. So I have a 6-minute breakdown in me. Oh. I'm a DJ in the apocalypse. All I'm doing is hoping that I can distract everybody from the shitstorm that is constantly pummeling us. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Fuck, what am I saying? I am the DJ for the Zombie Radio Nation. I don't have a choice. Oh, it's getting cold. It's going to be winter soon. I hope you all are prepared for the cold. So I'm sure those fucking zombies aren't going to be fazed by it. They'll probably flourish in the cold. Thought I heard one. Well, I guess I better get back inside. I gotta get my groove back on. I gotta get knee deep in the big funky once again. Because the Zombie Radio Nation doesn't want a big old crybaby playing them tunes. You didn't see this. You didn't hear this. You don't know anything about it. I am Mr. Cool. Close the door and lock the door so the monsters can't get in. You're listening to WZMB Zombie Radio.